This is the Golden Gate. It's the East Gate. It's known as the Mercy Gate to Jerusalem. As you can tell, it's been sealed up for a long, long time.
Walking up into the temple with your family, knowing that you were going to meet with God, it was the closest place to God's presence on earth.
For centuries, it has remained shut, silent, still, and sealed with ancient stone. The Eastern Gate of Jerusalem, known as the Golden Gate or the Gate of Mercy, hasn't opened in nearly 500 years. To most, it's simply a relic, part of Jerusalem's old walls. But to those who study ancient prophecy, this gate holds deeper meaning. Both Christian and Jewish traditions point to it as the exact gateway the Messiah is destined to pass through upon his return. And now strange whispers are beginning to circulate. Some say fine dust is falling. Others claim the stones are subtly shifting, almost as if something beneath the surface is awakening. Could this be natural wear and tear? Or could it mean something far more profound? Could we be witnessing the early signs of prophecy in motion? In this video, we dive deep into the mystery of the sealed gate, its prophetic significance, its history, and the strange reports emerging today. Why was it sealed? Who ordered its closure? And why are there graves laid directly in front of it? But the most unsettling question of all, if the gate of mercy is preparing to open, what or who is about to enter? To understand the gate's significance, we must rewind history. In the early 1500s, the mighty Ottoman Empire ruled Jerusalem. Sultan Suleiman, known as the Magnificent, launched a grand architectural revival of the city. As part of this, he ordered Jerusalem's walls to be rebuilt. But curiously, one gate, the Eastern Gate, was sealed shut under his command. No official reason was ever recorded. No law or explanation survives. But consider the timing. Even back then, prophecies about the coming Messiah were well known. It was widely believed he would enter the city from the east. Jewish tradition pointed specifically to the Eastern Gate as the Messiah's entrance. Suleiman didn't just seal it, he had a Muslim cemetery built directly in front of it, an intentional barrier. Why? Because according to Jewish law, priests, called Kohanim, cannot enter cemeteries without becoming ritually impure. If the Messiah were of priestly lineage, the graveyard would create a spiritual blockade, a gate meant to welcome God's chosen one, intentionally closed, a wall against divine purpose. But history teaches us something else. No empire has ever permanently blocked the hand of God. Pharaoh couldn't. Babylon couldn't. Rome couldn't. Prophecy always moves forward, quietly, steadily. Though the Bible doesn't name the gate directly, prophets spoke of it through direction and vision. While in exile in Babylon, the prophet Ezekiel saw the glory of God return to the temple from the east through what he called the Eastern Gate, Ezekiel 43. Yet earlier, he witnessed God's presence departing the temple, again heading eastward, Ezekiel 10. It's a pattern. Divine presence arrives, departs, and one day returns. Fast forward hundreds of years. Jesus approaches Jerusalem for Passover. He rides a donkey, fulfilling Zechariah 9:9. Behold, your king comes to you, lowly and riding upon a donkey. His route? From the Mount of Olives across the Kidron Valley, straight through the Eastern Gate. The Messiah enters the holy city, not as a conquering warrior, but humbly. Later, after his resurrection, Jesus ascends into heaven from the same Mount of Olives. And in Acts 1, angels appear and declare, this same Jesus will return in the same way you saw him go. The prophet Zechariah affirms this in chapter 14. The Lord's feet will once again stand on the Mount of Olives. Today, the Eastern Gate remains sealed. 2 stone-filled arches, untouched for centuries. Yet around it, Jerusalem is anything but still. The Western Wall is filled with constant prayer. The Dome of the Rock gleams under the sun. The city buzzes with sound, color, and life. But when you stand before the Eastern Gate, something shifts. It's not just quiet, it's a feeling, a stillness, as if the gate itself is holding its breath. Recently, murmurs have grown louder. Israeli tour guides have spoken of dust slipping through ancient cracks. Engineers have noticed slight structural shifts. Some even claim to have heard faint groans from within. Nothing has been officially declared. Most blame it on natural decay, erosion, settling foundations. But others are starting to wonder, is this more than coincidence? In Matthew 24, Jesus warned of signs to watch: wars, rumors, natural disasters. He said, watch, for you do not know the hour. These subtle stirrings may not be random. Hebrews 11:3 reminds us, what is seen was not made from what is visible. Reality itself is shaped by the unseen. and sometimes the invisible begins to surface. God rarely acts with spectacle. His movements are quiet, unexpected. A whisper to Elijah, a baby in a manger, a king on a donkey. Could a tremble behind the eastern gate be one of those divine whispers? Directly across the gate stands the Mount of Olives, a silent witness to every past and future fulfillment. Ezekiel saw God's glory depart to this mountain and return. Jesus followed the same pattern. He entered through the gate and later ascended from the mountain. Scripture is clear. The return journey will mirror the first. Across generations, watchers have stood before the eastern gate. Some scholars, some pilgrims, others just quiet believers. Many report the same eerie details. Soft tremors underfoot, dust drifting, even sounds echoing from behind the stones. Isaiah 62:6 declares, I have posted watchmen on your walls, Jerusalem. They will never be silent. These aren't people chasing signs. They're looking for alignment. When things begin to line up, scripture, history, and present-day stirrings, wise eyes take notice. Jerusalem is no ordinary city. Mentioned over 800 times in the Bible, it's the heart of prophecy. Psalm 122 says, pray for the peace of Jerusalem. Why? Because this city is the spiritual axis of God's story. From Abraham to Revelation, everything converges here. Jesus once wept over Jerusalem saying, if only you knew what would bring you peace. That cry still echoes. The world rushes forward in chaos, but Jerusalem stands, watching, waiting. Could it be we're nearing another divine moment? One final threshold? Jesus spoke of a fig tree, a symbol of Israel. He said, when its branches become tender, summer is near, even at the door. That door could very well be the sealed eastern gate. So when the gate finally opens, whether quietly or suddenly, it won't just reveal stone passageways. It will declare something divine. It won't just be an opening, it will be a proclamation. For centuries, prophecy has waited. Perhaps now it stirs. The gate may be trembling. The king may be near. Are you watching? If your heart stirred while hearing this, don't scroll. Stay alert. Stay awake. Because this might not just be ancient history. It could be prophecy unfolding in real time.